because it's a read aloud. We're doing a read aloud, and then I will tell you what's happening. It is definitely a different kind of afternoon than most of our Thursday afternoons. Okay, Devin, are you ready? Okay, so there's nothing in your hands. Great.
Readers, our book today is The Salamander Room. It's about Brian who brings home a salamander from the forest, and he wants to make a home for it. So as I read, I want you, as always, you guys always listen so well, listen to the words. We're not doing questions right now, thank you. Listen to the words, but with this book, it is especially important to look at the illustrations, because a lot of the story happens in the illustrations. Did everybody get that? Yeah. What is it? It's important to listen to watch the illustrations because. Anyone tell her? Arlene?
Most of the stories are in the pictures.
A lot of the stories in the pictures. Thank you. So as we listen, we keep our bodies quiet so we don't distract our neighbors. And if we have a turn and talk, we will quickly and quietly turn to our partner and we will ask them what they think. And I will, and then you will be ready to share what your partner thinks. All right. The Salamander Room. Brian found a salamander in the woods. It was a little orange salamander that crawled through the dried leaves of the forest floor. The salamander was warm and cozy in the boy's hand. "Come live with me," Brian said. He took the salamander home. Wow. What's a salamander? Giselle?
It's a type of lizard.
Okay, salamander is a type of lizard. Anyone want to add to that? Anyone want to add to what Giselle said? Yes, Leon?
I will want to add on to Giselle because I think it's a little bit like a lizard because it's like, well, it has eyes like a lizard and
Yeah.
like a gecko.
Okay, it does have eyes like a lizard, and it does look like a lizard. But I am going to tell you something else about salamanders. They do look like lizards, but in fact they're more like frogs. They breathe the same way as frogs, and they have gills, some of them have lungs, and some of them breathe through their skin. We're moving on. So, Brian took the salamander home. "Where will he sleep?" his mother asked. I will make a salamander bed to sleep in. I will cover him with leaves that are fresh and green and bring moss that looks like little stars to be a pillow for his head. I will bring crickets to sing him to sleep and bullfrogs to tell him good night stories. So here's Brian in his bedroom, turning out the light. What has Brian done? What has Brian done for the salamander? So if we look, so Brian has made a little comfortable bed for the salamander in his room. And then his mother said, "And when he wakes up, where will he play? I will carpet my room with shiny wet leaves and water them so that he can slide around and play. I'll bring tree stumps into my room so he can climb up the bark and sun himself, and I will bring boulders that he can creep over." So Really quickly, what's Brian brought into his room? Just name him. Brian, can you see what the other Brian has brought into his room? Name one thing.
He got leaves.
Okay, one thing, great. Malia?
He made a bed and he brought what is it called again?
Tree stumps.
Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing, he brought in boulders. Boulders, leaves, tree stump. Then it's Brian's mother again. He will miss his friends in the forest. I'll bring salamander friends to play with him. His mother. They will be hungry. How will you feed them? I'll bring insects to live in the room. Every day I will catch them and feed the salamanders. I'll make little pools of water on top of the boulders so they can drink whenever they're thirsty. It's getting kind of interesting.
He's kind of smart.
The insects. Hold on a second, please. We'll talk more later, okay? The insects will multiply, and soon there will be bugs and insects everywhere. Insects will multiply. That just means that soon there'll be more and more and more. And then he said, I will find birds to eat the extra bugs and insects, and the bullfrog will eat them too. Interesting. Where will the birds and bullfrogs live? I will bring trees for the birds to roost in, and make ponds for the frogs. All right, what's happening here? Let's look closely. I mean, you guys have seen them. Let's take a little look back. What does Brian's room look like now? So, what is Brian's room looking at, Miles? Looking at the page. I'm going to ask you a thumbs up or thumbs down question. I'm going to ask you thumbs up, thumbs down. If you think Nayari, I'm going to have, if you agree, if you agree that what Brian says he's going to do is really happening, I want you to give me a thumbs up.
It's happening.
Okay. All right, so we have a few. Great. We have a few. Okay. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. In the middle. Thumbs down. Hand down, Brian. Thank you. A few people in the middle. All right. So he's bringing trees for the birds. You need to move.
Yeah.
Do you? You're distracting other people. Birds need to fly, said his mother. We will lift off the ceiling. They will sail out in the sky, but they will come back to my room when it's time for dinner, because they will know that the biggest, juiciest insects are there. Okay, so we're just going to look at this picture. This isn't a speak aloud question. Where is Brian's room now? We're just doing a noticing question.
In the yard.
Where is his room now? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. But the trees, how will they grow? The rain will come through the open roof and the sun too, and vines will creep up the walls of my room, and ferns will grow under my bed. There will be big white mushrooms and moss like little stars growing around the tree stumps that the salamanders climb on. Okay, so does everyone see these huge mushrooms? More than one salamander? Just one right now. A little caterpillar. Look back. This is quite amazing. then his mother again. And you, where will you sleep? I will sleep on a bed under the stars, with the moon shining through the green leaves of the trees. Owls will hoot, crickets will sing, and next to me, on the boulder, with its head resting on soft moss, the salamander will sleep. And last page. Just think for a moment. Think. Shh. Adele, just gonna think for a moment. No questions. We're gonna think for a moment. Where is, we're not, just remember, where is Brian now at the end of the book? Where is Brian now?
Right there. Right there. Not this Brian, the other
Where
Brian.
is the Brian from the book at the end of the story? No hands, please. No hands. Where is Brian at the end of the story?
I'm not right here, the other Brian.
I would like to see, does any, does
I
any,
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
okay. Yes, Tamia.
Brian is doing is.
Where is he? Where is Brian?
Well, the first place he was in his room.
Where is he at the end? That is the question.
He's outside, sleeping under the stars.
He's outside sleeping under the stars.
He's outside.
He's, yes. Jayla?
He's outside sleeping with the stars and me.
Okay, he's outside sleeping with the stars and the animals. Malik, where is Brian now?
In his room, but his room doesn't look like a room.
Yeah, he's in his room, but his room doesn't look like his room. Oh, yeah, we will have time to talk. It doesn't even look like a room at all. It doesn't, I don't, yeah. So, finally, well, this is the last, we're going to have another question in a moment. Kayla?
I would like,
Yes, please.
I would like to add to Malik because the only thing that you can see is his bed because you can see some of his like his jaw, but when all his animals were here, you couldn't really see it.
Okay. All right. So you can't really. I think what we just heard, you can't really tell whether it's his room or not. Okay. So this. No. Hold on. We want to get a little further in this. This is a really interesting book, Brian. A really interesting book. What? This is a really important question. What kind of, excuse me, Mimi, thank you. What kind of person is Brian? No hands. No hands, Adrian, please. What kind of person is Brian? And I want to hear some one-word answers, no hands. What kind of person? How would you describe Brian?
The other Brian.
They already skinned us. Go take a break. Do not turn your head around.
I would like to hear from someone else. Miles, I don't say it, but I would love to know what kind of person do you think Brian is? He likes wild creatures. Yeah, great answer. Person you can see throughout the book, he brings the salamander home, he brings all the stuff in. Brian likes wild creatures. Okay, and a very, very short sentence answer, just like that one. That was perfect. Devin knows.
I guess he's an animal lover.
Yes, he's an animal lover. He likes wild creatures. Okay.
What does he hate?
I don't know. That's another story. Brian, we're not doing hands. Tanisha, do you have a thought as to what kind of person Brian is?
I think Brian, I think he like.
He does.
I think he likes to find creatures and take care of them.
Mm-hmm. So he's a, what word would describe Ryan then? He's a, you already said it. He's a caring person? Yes, he's a caring person. So we know he loves nature. He's a caring person. How do we know he's a caring person? We're not doing. And Nailani, how do we know he's a caring person? Pardon me? I know. I just picked on you because I hadn't heard. Okay. All right. We will. So how do we know he's someone who is caring? Do you feel you know now?
No, I have an idea about it.
Tell me your idea, please.
But I think Brian loves his pet, so he's trying to get everything for his pet, so Brian's pet can be happy.
So he's trying to do everything so his pet can be happy. Great, so we know he loves nature, we know he's caring because we saw what he did, we saw what he turned his room into. Now, is this story, is the house, is the room that he eventually, is the room at the end of the story, is it real? Is the room real? No. No, hold on. Is it real? And if it's not real, where is it? Now stop, don't say anything. Turn and talk to your partner and find out what they do. I think he's dreaming about it, and also he's in a theater with some with a thing, and it's can I say it's fiction. And Brian, I heard some really interesting answers to the question. And I'm going to call on a couple of people whose answers I want to hear. We're not doing hands. I would like to hear, Tamia, will you tell your classmates what you had thought? That where is Brian's world?
I thought it was made out of paper.
It was made out of paper. What? And why did you say it was? Why did you say it was made out? Why did she say it was made out of paper? Danisha, why did she say it was made out of paper?
Because
you need to stand up. You need to stand up.
Can we listen to Danisha? You don't, if you don't know, if you don't have an idea, that's okay.
How would Brian get the
Please ask the question. We know there's a Brian. We know we have a Brian in this class. We're second graders. Xavier, I didn't move you because I'm being taught. Yes, please. How did you get the trees in the room? Okay, but the question we're talking about, why is this world in paper?
I know.
Yes.
Because
Kayla is answering.
The speaker is up
it's made out
there.
of paper. Because the author and the illustrator really wanted to make it, so they made it, and the paper came from the tree.
The paper came from the trees?
The leaves.
And where else is the paper? What did we what?
The book. It's the book.
Tamia?
I want to Kayla because I think he made an idea because of the title
Mm-hmm.
where he found like papers and stuff.
Maybe.
And I think he's trying to make us. I think he's trying to do is like he's trying to. He's
Yeah.
trying to make. I think he's trying to make us be a scientist by looking at the
So you're-
creatures
uh-huh.
and telling what
I-
kind of creatures.
I think I really get what you're saying. Brian in the book is a little bit like he's a little bit like a scientist. Yes, and that's certainly one of the things you could think of. Now I heard Jayla say something that I thought was really fabulous. Jayla, would you share what you thought about where Brian's room is now? The room that this is really.
I think that it's fiction, and I think that he's just dreaming.
It was just,
Because
Mhm.
I think he was just dreaming because
Well,
who would
Dinesha.
let all those animals live in their house?
Who would let all those animals live in their house? Not me.
I
Some
would
people
if
would.
I was an outside person.
If you were an outside person.
I'm an
Okay,
indoor.
so I really like what
And that's a book.